summit in the East African nation of Somalia, leaders are committing themselves to a new initiative aimed at restoring stability, peace and economic development to their nation. The New Deal task force was launched in Mogadishu to implement new rules and guidelines in the delivery of international aid. Last week, Somalia won pledges of about $400 million in extra cash and military assistance at a major conference in London. The New Deal encourages donors to work within Somalia's state and peace-building goals while helping Somali's agencies stay accountable for the resources they receive. Now, absent from the London conference on Somalia was Somaliland, which cited Somalia's refusal to acknowledge its independent status as a reason. Somaliland declared its independence from Somalia in 1991, but has yet to be recognized by the international community as such, despite its efforts over the years. Now, the leaders of Somalia and Somaliland have met on several occasions, including in April in Ankara, Turkey, where Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud and Somaliland President Ahmed Mohamed Silanyo pledged to continue dialogue on Somaliland's bid for recognition, as well as facilitating international aid and development for Somaliland, which celebrates its 22nd anniversary this Saturday, May 18th. And joining us now from our studios in London is Ali Adam Awale, Somalia's ambassador to the United Kingdom. We thank you so much for making your way to the studio for us, Ambassador Awale.
Thank you very much, Demi.
Well, congratulations on your approaching independence on Saturday.
Yes, thank you very much. On Saturday, the 18th of this month, 3.5 million Somalilanders will be celebrating Somaliland National Day. Our people in the diaspora will also celebrate with them. And that is the anniversary or the 22nd anniversary of the reassertion of the Somaliland independence. Now, Somaliland, as you know, has taken its independence from Britain in 1960, right. June 26, and
joined with Somalia in 1960, yes, and then thereafter. Now, just for the sake of time, we have very limited time to discuss the long history. But this independence, in a way, can be described as bittersweet for many Somalilanders, because, as you said, even though you declared your independence in 1991, you have not been recognized, not only by Somalia but also by the international community.
That is true, but what we as a Somalilanders believe is that we have been recognized when we got our independence in June 26, 1960, and at that day we were independent Somaliland, and Somalia was still under the occupation of Italy. So what we will say here is that Somaliland is independent and we recognize ourselves. We want the world to feel the people of Somaliland's plight and to remember that Somaliland has a long history of being independent. And, you know, a parade will take place throughout the streets of Hargeisa on the 18th of May, where the president and other prominent figures in the government and the community will address the people.
Now, Ambassador Awale, just getting back to this bid for Somaliland to get its recognition, its due recognition. You know, Somaliland is a sovereign country, as you declare. You have had elections, you have your own currency, your own flag, and even there you are in London as a representative of Somaliland to the United Kingdom. So when we talk about lack of recognition, what does this mean exactly?
Lack of recognition means a lot to us, but what we believe is after 22 years, we have had a lot done in our country. Our country is an island of good governance and a peace and security, and we will continue to call on the international community to officially recognize our country. We simply want recognition, and that is a recognition of the retired reality on the ground. And the security of the Horn of Africa is really, really very important to the world and rest of the world and to us as well. So we believe that Somaliland deserves that recognition.
Ambassador Wale, what is standing in the way of Somaliland getting this recognition? I understand, you know, the international community, Britain has pledged its support for Somaliland, but they're saying they're waiting on a cue from the African Union, which seems to be the one resisting. Is that the case?
That is exactly what the Europeans and the Americans say, but in general, the Africans are very hesitant we don't know why, although legally Somaliland deserves to be recognized because there is no international problems as far as the legality of Somaliland is concerned. Somaliland is fulfilling all the criteria of an independent state. As you mentioned a while ago, Somaliland has its own parliament. We have done 5 democratic elections in the past 22 years. Mm-hmm. We are oasis of peace in the region, and we want the world to recognize that and come together to find out exactly why Somaliland wants its recognition.
Okay, well, Ambassador Awale, thank you so much. Unfortunately, we had very limited time, but I think we scratched the surface on this issue, and we really appreciate you joining us from our studios in London. And all the best very much for your efforts.
Thank you very much for giving me the time, and I hope we will meet next year like this time when Somaliland is recognized.
Our pleasure, sir.